Happy New Year to all of you. Just wanted to give a small, brief talk before I have to retire for the evening. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Good morning to, I guess, everyone now, all over. Maybe it's not, it's not morning. Well, it is morning here, technically, in the US. Oh, this one's really dark. Wow. Oh, I took the wrong laptop for YouTube. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Apparently, I chose the wrong laptop for the YouTube, so it's a little scratchy. I just wanted to give a small, brief announcement proceeding on 2024. Going ahead, all of you are aware, I'm going to Toronto on the 10th to the 16th in Canada. And on the 30th, it's a one-way ticket to Vietnam. And after I arrive to Vietnam, it will be stopping by Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Laos, Myanmar. So it'll be like a world tour around there. In which order, I'm not sure yet. I have to get down on foot and figure out the situation, the economic situation, social situation, political situation that is down there overseas. So anyone would like to meet with me in Toronto, please let me know. You can email me at number1vietnameseinterpreter@gmail, the number1vietnameseinterpreter@gmail.com. At the time of this talk, it's been 9 years now, going on 9 years as a monk, and many years of social research, and the results have come out. My own independent research in guiding students, engaging in Buddhist psychotherapy, the Four Noble Truths, the Cognitive Behavioral Therapy Program, the Rapid Realization Program. So 2024 is going to be very important for all of you because we all have seen, it's New Year. So I'm trying to be optimistic, but also realistic for all of you and to all of you, is that we've seen our world a little bit crumbling down, right? With the leadership that we've seen in office, with the gas prices, with the war in Hamas, Israel, and other armed conflicts around the world. We've seen our economic system slowly going downhill, inflation, deflation, you name it. What does this mean for the Buddhist? Well, we can't control much outside of us, can we? Right? Even for me, with millions of followers, I can't gather all of you and then let's go protest in Washington. And what is that going to solve? We can only change how we feel about things and our perception of things and how it affects us, and how the feelings that we have, the anger that we hold in, affect work, home, school balance, and how it affects our sleep, how it affects our interaction with other humans on a daily basis. So therefore, 2024, you all are going to need to consider the priority of peace and the priority of mindfulness. As I've been driving over the past months, I've been reflecting on how they have made a puppet with all of us. What does that mean? And the social media algorithms have made all of us have lost our minds. We are now so distracted when we are typing that they now sell a kind of a typewriter where it's just a black and white screen, so you're not distracted anymore. So you all can see what's going on here. They've dumbed us down as humans so that we're these little guinea pigs and little rats of society, and we're just basic consumers for the corporations to make money. Therefore, each person who are watching this need to question, what is my quality of life? How will I proceed on forward? The human that I am, the husband, the wife, the son, the daughter, brother, and so on. The priority of peace is paramount to the quality of your life, as it improves the quality of your life. In which ways? Well, when you look at the benefits of meditation, what meditation can do for you, the benefits of the 84,000 teachings the Buddha left for all of us, our relationship with people, our trust in our neighbors and people, how we interact with members of the public, our anger level, our frustration level, our tolerance and patience in the world, how short fused we are. These are questions that one must ask. Why am I this way? Do I like me? The road to the road to spirituality is, do I like me? Do I like how I feel about other people? Do I like how I treat other people? Do I like how other people treat me? Hmm. How do I contribute back? How do I resolve this inner frustration, feeling, childhood trauma, addiction, trauma, and abuse that's been carrying over year after year after year? It comes as a surprise to me in 9 years now, as in my monkhood, that I'm going on my ninth year, and every year there's a slow progression and advancement on the spiritual path. During one-on-one counseling sessions, Buddhist psychotherapy, I've noticed people just repeat over and over, year after year. Like 50 years later, their anger is still the same. 50 years later, 60 years later, they still hang on to resentment. Oh, my parents did this to me. My mom did this to me. My brother did this. I haven't talked to my sister in 20 years. I hate this. I hate that. So on and so on. 2024, we got to break that cycle once and for all. It can be done. Long before internet came along, long before books came along, long before psychology came along, the Buddha taught us how to do that. Break the cycle. Break the cycle of BS. Break the chains of influence. Break all of that. Set yourself free. Be free. Live free. Need to feel that you are free. Free, safe, and sound, and mindful, knowing what is unfolding with clarity in the present moment, with your boss, with your family, with everyone that is around you. That's all we got. It's a very short trip in this life. So you must prioritize peace in your life, prioritize what needs to be done. You can make more money, you can be wealthier, you can be healthier, you can be happier if you adopt meditation into your life and master this thing once and for all. All of us go to Publix, we see the magazines, we see mindfulness, we see the romanticism of mindfulness. What is that mindfulness thing? How do I master this thing once and for all? For example, let's say next year they start advertising Taekwondo or martial arts. And there's this big thing about martial arts, about fitness and mindfulness and self-discipline and self-defense and all that. And if it's gonna be a big thing for the next 5 years, one must ask, well, maybe I should get into it and master this thing, get a black belt in it. No different than mindfulness itself. Get a black belt in it. That's why we teachers are here, to help you. We meditate not to get better at meditation. We meditate to get better at life, to conquer life once and for all, so that we are not enslaved by our emotions over and over again. Samsaric. Birth of an emotion, death of an emotion. Birth of a thought, death of a thought. Birth of a feeling, death of a feeling. So I'm not going to keep you all up for long, but consider the priority of peace, the priority of mindfulness. This year, a lot of things are going to change on the teacher's part, on my part. I'm going to be more disciplined. I'm going to be more strict for all of you. I have to be, because I've statistically, a lot of you don't follow through the programs and the many things that I've seen. So if you reach out to me for counseling and you are committed to this program, do it. Do what needs to be done. Give up. Renunciation. You may know Tom, but perhaps you don't know Jack. So you need to approach this as if I don't know anything. Learn to relearn over again, just like us, just like me, just like all of us. Learning to unlearn. I don't, if things did not serve you well last year and the years of yesteryears, then you need to commit to this year that's it. Whatever I was thinking before is not serving me. It's not helpful. It's not productive. It's not right. I'm here to commit myself to learning this path once and for all. So please take the spiritual path very seriously in 2024. I don't have a lot of time. And I cannot guarantee you the full level of attention that I have given you all over the past couple of years because of the traveling and the meetings that need to be taking place with some of the monastic higher ups, hierarchies, some of the most venerables, most reverends, patriarch, His Eminence, His Excellence, and His Holiness from across the world that I will be meeting. So, therefore, I am trying to gather information from them, how to proceed on forward with the Theravadan Buddhist order, and how we're going to scale and expand Buddhism in the West. So, there's a lot of unanswered questions that I have for the monastic panel. So, that means you all will have to, what I call self directed study. You will need to really sit there and pretend like I'm there with you. Every time when I do a video or you're listening to my YouTube, I'm there with you. How would you behave if you step into a paid college course? You would pay attention full dead on. You would not play around. You would not sit there on your phone. You would not grab alcohol and drink. You would not listen to music. You would not dance in the room. You would not do all of these things that is not conducive to your education and attainment and memory. So therefore, I won't be with you always, but I'm still here, and hopefully I can grab a couple of college students who knows what they're doing in regards to AI. Maybe they can make another AI of me that can answer questions. We've already had cases of that, and I'm still screening the appropriateness of AI and its beneficial implication and application to the Dhamma. Its risks and benefit needs to be weighted carefully. But um, blessed are those who heed this advice. Blessed are those who heed the advice of the office of the wise. Blessed are those who prioritize their peace. Blessed are those who prioritize their enlightenment. And I'm getting New Year messages coming in. Enlightenment is easy. It's easy. It's not hard. Trust the teacher, trust the process, and you will taste it. And once you've tasted enlightenment, nirvana, you realize that, oh my goodness, it was in me, with me the entire time. I just didn't know how to access it. With proper guidance, you will know how to access enlightenment when you need it, where you need it, so that you less likely to make mistakes in your life in regards to your relationships, less mistakes in works, home, school balance. If you have failed, didn't get the job, didn't get the pay raise, couldn't advance in many ways, shape, or form, time to relook at some of these things intelligently, the blueprint of your life, the blueprint of last year. Okay. And then we're going to draw up another blueprint, proceeding on forward. So I look forward in guiding some of you as much as I can. Furthermore, in the announcements of my school, we're going to be needing a lot of contributions, which in regards to financial donations to keep all of the digital apps and digital programs going, and the preservation of Dhamma talks and the fundings necessary to preserve all of the gigabytes for safekeeping. Because once again, back to the AI thing. Okay, not sure what's going to happen, but all of you are going to need to download and keep actual physical copies of Dhamma talks from your favorite teachers. We should not trust technology entirety. We should trust our own handwritten notes. We should trust our own computers. And I mean, you can wake up tomorrow with a virus and it'll just wipe out everything. Okay. So I actually like print out things, and I also print out pictures, and I just don't keep the pictures on the cloud. In celebration of Novice Venerable Lee's journey, I also print out pictures to keep physical copies, and let's see how long that lasts. So Buddhism is free from the Theravadan order. I serve the people for free, cannot ask you anything except for a cup of water. So the intelligence is left on to the student to see and realize that, wow, I need to do something to contribute to the advancement of Buddhism, and where Buddhism thrive and flourish, our community, society at large will thrive and flourish, especially in regards to the gift of safety. Where there is more monasteries, there is more likely chance, more statistically speaking, safety. Where there is no monasteries, more likely for crime rates to go up, more stealing, more killing, more lying, more cheating, more shootings, more violence, and gun violence. So, I hope that everyone heed all of the advice and recommendations. I hope that you all this year will give more and take less the priority of charity. It is our generations behind us, the Gen Zoomers. And I think after Zoomers is Alpha again. And perhaps those generations will be needing the Dhamma in their life. We clearly see that our public school system doesn't teach us anything, and the generations to follow. And so, therefore, we now need to make a difference into our children and our younger generation proceeding on forward. Who's going to help them to process their emotions, let go of grief, anger, ignorance, delusion? Who is going to teach them these things? Who are going to supervise them? Who is going to make sure they become full grown, happy, healthy adults? Exactly. We need to rely that on monks to do that. I wonder sometimes why traditional psychotherapy fails people, therapists failing people, and they're knocking on my door. Mm. Anyone who has profiled my teachings realize that there's just too much going on in the world right now. So the reliance and the borrowing of Buddhist monks in order to help alleviate the pain and suffering in the world. Reflect on that. As I have said before, for those who don't practice and don't study Buddhism, the least you can do is to give more and take less. Make yourself useful. Citing Professor Noah Harari, who have spoken about the next generation of useless humans, we need to sit and think about that. What makes a useless human? Well, one who just sleeps, eat, poop, and sleep, and just repeat and just consume, and then trash our planet and our ocean. That is a useless human. What is the opposite of a useless human? A useful human for the world is one who reflects on the safety, peace, prosperity for everyone else, for our community, and they take steps towards that. And they wake up every day thinking about other people. Those are the rare, the few. And no different than Mother Teresa. The joy in loving and how we show that love to our neighbors and people we don't know and strangers. The joy in practicing loving kindness meditation, the joy in the four divine abodes, which is the Brahma Viharas, in generosity and the 10 perfections, generosity again being first on the list, in giving. So again, these are some of the things to test in the Kalama Sutta, to try it out for yourself. If we weren't happy last year because we took more and gave less, then this year we need to do the total opposite, to give more this year and take less, to open doors, to be nice, to be the change that you want to see in the world. Lastly, reflect on how rich we all have become as a country here in the United States. We're rich, we have MacBooks, we have Teslas. We are short of nothing in regards to human comfort. We are short of nothing in regards to shoes, back pain treatments, opioids, you name it. But yet, every year we become more despair, and the suicide rates rises every year. One must ask, what's happening here? Exactly. Because those are the ones who don't heed the advice of the Buddha. And in poor countries like Thailand, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Laos, Cambodia, where they are dirt poor, but yet they rejoice spiritually, so happy. Their height of happiness is unprecedented. Why? Because they give more. What do they give? Food to monks and the four requisites. You go to Laos, wake up 5 in the morning. There are people standing out there with a bowl of rice, waiting for monks to come. And they just rejoice in giving. They give so much that they just unprecedentedly happy. So therefore, we all need to reflect that from the West, how we don't practice generosity and often. And blessed all of the churches around here who have been holding the food drives and feeding the homeless and feeding the poor. I see That's just words cannot describe the abundance of joy that our community and other religious faiths come together to serving the poor. So again, uh, I like for everyone in Buddhism to also reflect the same and to practice and do what you can, doing what you can with the time that we have together and with the time that we have left on this very small earth. And also never tired of thinking about earth and advocate for environmental protection and the carbon footprints that all of us have been leaving. Recently in California, waves come crashing down into the neighboring neighborhoods, never seen before. And this is Mother Nature saying, hey, hey, if you don't start fixing this climate change things, you're going to see some more waves and it ain't going to be pretty. So all of us need to reflect on the teachings of the Buddha, where he says a wise person does not harm his or her environment. And this was a direct result of more consuming. As consumers, we consume and we trash our planet. Mother Nature will win. So let us reflect on everything that I have said. You may have to watch this again. And for all those who are new joining us, please hit replay after this. In the forthcoming day, a lot of reading for me, and I'll be wrapping up a lot of things. So my recommendation advice for all of you who are going to be calling in and texting me will be short, concise, and to the point. So please excuse me and please forgive me, as I do not have a lot of time to coordinate within my own agendas. And I leave it up to all of you wonderful, intelligent, and wise students who have directly, consciously chosen Buddhism, and that you will take it upon yourself to cultivate discipline and to sit there and study in my absence, to take plenty of notes, and subsequently will report back to me on a weekly basis of what you have studied, what you have read, what it means to you. The cognitive behavioral therapy, the the four the four noble truths, the noble eightfold paths. This is what happens 1 a.m. And that's all in honor of a living teacher. That's all we really like to see and to hear. The reports that you all have for us, no different than your professors grading in college and universities. They love sitting there grading papers because they can see how you have studied, how you have applied it to your life, and how you're going to use it out there in the real world. So I'd like to conclude my talk and wrap up the morning or night, however you want to say it, at 1:14 a.m. here in Florida. And may you all be well, be happy, be free, and always be healthy. Embrace 2024. Let go of acquired negative emotions last year. Let go of negative acquired bad habits last year. Start new again. It is the rebirth concept of Buddhism. Every day we're born again. Actually, moment to moment, you are born again. So, anyone have any questions, please feel free to email me, the number one Vietnamese interpreter at gmail.com. Those who like to see me in Toronto on the 10th and beyond, please reach out. Buffalo, New York on the 12th, please reach out. And Southeast Asia in Vietnam on the 1st of February. Yeah, let me fly and get there first. Leave the 30th and get there on the 1st. So take care, sleep well, and see you all soon.